Alright, for the people who are anticipating for this video, I am sorry. Every time I open up the video editing software, I'm just like, ugh! Cringe!
Flashback.
What makes me humble? My dopamine.
Wait.
Bro, I'm about to fuck myself.
So, for the people who are really anticipating, which are my friends, I'm sorry. This took a very long time and a lot of torture and suffering, but here's the video.
Alright, sorry about that. I will.
Alright, before the video starts, I would like to explain what's going on before this video. I'm very nervous and my frontal lobe is not working properly. This is because I fear judgment subconsciously and I can't really control it. So I ask for forgiveness if I act too autistically and speak grammatically incorrect.
Phone.
You have a clicker?
Oh yeah, but I need a clicker though. Oh, it's right there on the.
Oh, it's right there.
Alright. Alright, so this is my story. I'm not as academically successful as, these two. And this story, I only spent like 20 minutes on it, max. Okay? So let's go. This is me at freshman year, 135 pounds. This is me, sophomore year, 210 pounds. Gained massive amounts of muscle. Anyway, so my interests are following the study of the phenomena of our three-dimensional world, basically finding logic and reasoning of our world and learning how it works, finding some sense into things. Computer building, well, that was me writing at freshman year. Working out, Bruce Lee workouts. Gaming, cut that out. Okay, self-improvement and just thinking more clearly to find objective truth in life. That is really it. That's me in wrestling. I'm injured now. I have 10 injuries, so my life is depressing. Anyway, this is my computer. I could do 450 pounds of, 225 on each lat. So 10 times 45, that was at 2023. So yeah, I fell off a lot. This is me pinning a guy at 215 pounds. And of course, that's just, brain because I didn't know what to put there. So yeah. So this is the health assignments. It's actually a big assignment. Actually, no, it's a array of an assignments. But I did a lot of it. I wrote 1/3 of the whole book. Why? Because I wanted to gain respect from my health teacher, because he's also a wrestler and a martial artist. Now he's a PE teacher. So that is why I actually spent so hard on trying to get his respect. Anybody else, not really, because, I only respect the strong and the highly competent. Anyway, so why was this so hard for me? Well, because first of all, it is very big and I have to complete all of it and make him feel proud. And I did at the end, thankfully. And I had some rough edges with him. So it was a big struggle because I have to work on my perseverance. When you're writing down stuff, your hand is just cramping up, but you still gotta write it down. And sometimes my mom just doesn't pick me up because she just wants me to finish all my homework. So I'm just out there, just in the dark, not really. It's at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. in the dark, just writing this and also my other assignments. But I still ended up finishing it for that day, of course. And I did 1/3 of the whole book, but it was a big struggle because you have to persevere. And this applies to anything in life because when you're doing martial arts, your workouts, your work ethic, studying, it all has to do with perseverance and pushing through to the things that you do not like. So this is, I don't really have evidence of my perseverance, but this is a piece of text from a fabulous novel that I like called Reverent Insanity. So it says, I once screamed, gradually I lost my voice. I once cried, gradually I lost my tears. I once grieved, gradually I became able to withstand everything. I once rejoiced, gradually I became unmoved by the world. And now all I have left is an expressionless face. My gaze is as tough as a monolith, only perseverance remains in my heart. This is my own
insignificant character from Yuan's perseverance.
Why do I like this is because, with my 10 injuries, I have a bulged disc, I have all my meniscuses torn. I have a torn patella. I have a torn cervical disc. And I also have cartilage running out on my left elbow. I have cartilage running out on my right shoulder. I also have my wrists cracking because the whole universe loves to bestow all this upon me, and also my own personal, dumbness, stupidity on myself. Anyway, so every day I get up, I have immense negative motivation. I don't want to get up. Every time I walk, it hurts. Even now, when I'm trying to stand up straight, my back hurts. Okay, so I really like this piece of text because even though I'm suffering, it is nothing to me now. Next. Okay, so how have I grown? Well, I've regressed in this progress of my perseverance because I've been insanely nerfed and my mental state is down low, but I'm in the processing of rebuilding and making my mentality stronger, just like working out. So don't worry, I'm gonna take SARMs, trin, and peptides to recover my body to its kind of formal glory. Anyway, what makes me humble? This is before me saying what makes me proud of myself, because I don't like to feel proud of myself. That is pride. Of all, it comes pride. So anyway, what makes me humble? My dopamine needs a detox. My Instagram Reels addiction is off the charts. I do not like that. 9 injuries, now it's 10, because my back. Unfulfilled genetic potential. Back then, I could deadlift 360 pounds at sophomore year. Now it's probably like 170. I want to it all right now. Unfulfilled martial potential. I cannot work on martial arts right now. I want to go in the wrestling room and wrestle some people and dominate and conquer and have physical conquest, but I cannot do that. Yeah, I am easily distracted. I need more discipline, and I also need to use my time more efficiently so I can get my stuff done. Okay, so now, what makes me proud? Now to the good stuff, right? So I have pretty insane martial arts talent.
Ooh, I think Joe loves him. Ooh. Little man, take him down.
Oh my gosh, the lighting here is so great.
I know, right?
7 out of 10 philosophical talents, I cannot really show it here. Objective thinking, good logic and rationality, and my cognitive ability is a 6, but it was once a 7 because, brain atrophy from looking at reels and stuff. Overall physique, it's I now. I regressed again. My strength in my prime, I could curl 55 pounds for 8 reps at junior year. And of course, I said 360-pound deadlift before my patella injury. My flexibility, 8 out of 10. I could do the splits. I could do the splits also linearly. I could also put my knee on my head with my leg fully extended for martial arts. So that is what I'm proud of. So now, at the time I felt engaged at Kennedy this is the only time it's in the wrestling room. Okay, you know how weird I am right now. Yes, I'm neurodivergent. Okay, but that's why I'm kind of treated like the black sheep of the school. And also, I just say crazy stuff, if you guys don't know me. Anyway, so I'm the black sheep, right? And I don't really have a friend group in this school. I just have people that I just kind of talk to, kind of converse to. So I don't really belong anywhere. And there is a place where there's a bunch of autistic people, but they're too autistic for me. So I have nowhere to go. Anyway, so my personality is the problem. And in the wrestling team, it is the only time in my life that I felt like I was in a group where I was belonging, my own tribe. But now I cannot participate because I'm injured. So sad, depressing reality. But join the wrestling team if you guys want to be highly competent in physical dominance. Anyway, I know I've received a solid education at Kennedy because most of the teachers actually care about helping you, at least from my experience with all my teachers. Anyway, I'm empowered to pursue my passions because I have high potential from my mental and genetic base to succeed in this life, or at least to have a future to grab onto more opportunities, which means, well, more money. My community involvement. So if you don't know, I do not like to do extra stuff. I like to do the bare minimum, okay? Unless if I have something in it for me, which is money, okay? So I volunteered at a pet place because I tagged along with my friend. That's it, like 6 times, 9 times, I don't know, I forgot. Okay, but very little, but enough to have some quote unquote volunteer hours. Anyway, like this is the whole the description. They serve boba, and then it's a whole cat cafe. I don't know what it is. I don't even know the title of the whole restaurant or place, whatever they call it. Anyway, my future goals: get a profession, reach my fullest achievable potential, get enough money to support a genetically superior child, nurture him to become me but better, guide him for a legacy in martial arts and also objective truth.
Guy's IQ to testosterone ratio was so insane that it looked like he was built in some kind of Nordic god factory. Meet Dolph Lundgren, actor, scientist, and martial artist who basically skipped a few steps on the human evolution chart. 6 feet 5 inches, 250 pounds of pure muscle, and a jawline sharp enough to slice through bread. Oh, and by the way, he was also smart as hell. With 160 IQ, he has a master's in chemical engineering and studied at freaking MIT. In Rocky IV, he played Ivan Drago and hit Stallone so hard that he landed in the ICU for 4 days with a swollen heart. Sly told him to go all in, and Dolph nearly sent him to the afterlife.
So yes, him, but like half Russian. Like, you know, I cannot make a full-on white child. So yeah, 6'5", 6'2", go to Russia, have money, get that bag, and also make my kid 6'2". Anyway, lasting impact of learning. The lasting impacts of school, I guess, is to know that even though school is suffering, these 4 years will be looked back and missed. I am sad and happy to leave this place because I will have it worse in the future. But that is fine. I shall embrace all the flavors that life has to offer. Thank you very much. So now this is the question part.
Jonathan,
Yes.
do you plan to keep on wrestling?
Oh, I want to, but my body doesn't.
Okay.
So
if you can do what you love,
my life is meaningless.
okay,
That's my only passion because
okay, so maybe we need to look for another passion?
no, it's my only passion. It stems from trauma. I will never want to be at the receiving end of, well, physical dominance. So every time I learn about a new skill to dominate another person physically, I feel better about myself. So, because I have the inadequate physical dominance from my past childhood. Don't worry, now I'm strong. I could, defeat 99.999% of people on this planet. So you don't need to, tell the police or the school about abuse. So yeah, good.
Mm-hmm.
But never on the receiving end. I'm just compensating for my inadequate physical dominance. That's it. And that makes me feel better. It's rooted deeply into my personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Any siblings?
What? I do. I have a sister. I'm a mistake. So she's 38 years old, and I'm 18. Actually, she's turning 39. So yeah. What else?
What else? I don't know what else to ask.
Like shoot your shot.
What type of martial arts do you respect?
I like all martial arts, but like kung fu is kind of iffy because a boxer can just knock them out. But I did Muay Thai, so I grabbed like a wooden pole and I smashed my shins, so I could break a person's bones. Boxing, man, I just joined a boxing gym for like 1 month. That's it. Wrestling, I love wrestling. Because you have a person's life in your hands for 4 seconds. You're like pinning them, and then they're just like trying to stop, and then you're like, ugh! And then you have like you physically dominate them to the point where they lose, and you're like, yeah, I have 4 seconds of your life in my hands.
Have you thought about balance in a softer form of martial arts?
Oh yes, I did start with kung fu. But
Oh, I mean more softer than that, like Aikido.
oh no.
You might.
No,
because
karate too.
With martial arts, you need a balance, and it seems like you are overbalanced. So
A little bit.
you might
yeah.
want to look at Aikido.
Aikido is, I didn't do Aikido, but I know it does a lot of transferring of inertia. You use the other person's momentum against, themselves in order to have a better position over them and pin them. So,
You enjoy
yeah.
inflicting pain on others.
When they do me wrong, yes.
So you're out for revenge.
Yes, because that was the stem of my trauma. the stemming root of my trauma. Yeah, but yeah, that's besides the point.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Oh, there's a picture before we leave. Hurry up, guys.
Oh.
Oh, that's not you. That's you.
Wait, we look the same?
Come on, guys. Hurry up. Okay.